Joins us. Good evening, Mr. Attorney General. Tell me, why do you think you were targeted, or the state of Virginia?
Hey, Greta, I don't know that I was targeted, but, you know, after 8 months of incompetence, when they're sitting on the biggest asset forfeiture I think a state's ever gotten, and lo and behold, it happens to be Virginia with a Republican governor and with me who's been has been fighting with this administration for so many months, for so many years, really, it starts to raise other questions. And I've heard you raise other questions tonight. I can't point to an email or something that says, okay, we're going to deny Cuccinelli in Virginia their rightfully earned money in the biggest healthcare fraud case ever investigated by a state, $1.5 billion finding against Abbott Labs last year, biggest one ever done by a state. And we now have the first and second largest here in Virginia, and this would be the biggest asset forfeiture that I'm aware of a state ever getting. And IRS was the only player left that had to fill out a 2-page form that they do in a lot of other cases. This is not new to them. They've done it hundreds, maybe thousands of times to move the asset forfeiture along. And lo and behold, whose asset forfeiture doesn't move but Virginia's? Given how little was necessary to accomplish this, and that all the other players had done their job to finish out this case and finish the distribution of the asset forfeiture. By the way, while the federal government got and kept their $1 billion, billion with a B, Virginia was trying to get about $100 to $125 million that we had earned with the investigation from a criminal defendant that was sitting in Treasury accounts, and the IRS was the only block. They were the only block left. And, you know, after 8 months of incompetence, it starts to look like a little more than just incompetence.
Any other state have to wait?
No, we're the only state in this. We carried the entire investigation ourselves. We've had plenty of other opportunities where we've worked with IRS, and on an investigation level, they do a decent job. But the minute anything crosses the Potomac from Virginia and gets into Washington, all sorts of bad things seem to happen, or more accurately in this case, nothing seems to happen. And it sat and sat and sat despite help from congressional representatives from Virginia and others. It took going public with it this morning to finally knock this money loose, and all we got now today, within hours, we got a commitment that, okay, we'll send the check. It'll be $115 million, and whatever the number is, they've at least decided that, but we don't have the money yet. And they've added all sorts of new rules about how it's going to get spent that are different from the way it's always been treated in the past. So we're getting treated differently. We were held up because of the IRS, and one, I think, can reasonably ask, well, why? Why?